Illusion.
Nothing's impossible.
Regular show. It's anything but.
Regular Show had an amazing finale. A three-parter jam-packed with fights in space, Dragon Ball Easter eggs, time travel, and more. So stay tuned to understand that Pops is scheduled to fight his brother, Anti-Pops, with the fate of the universe at stake. A few episodes prior to them meeting, he meets the Seer, which is something taken straight out of the Matrix. This was cool how the Seer used her knowledge of the guys to bring the viewers' memories, up to code, and it doubles as a crash course for the whole series. So it works for those who forgot it and those who just didn't see the beginning of Regular Show. So it works really well in setting the tone for the ultimate finale. Anti-Pops and his gang head there, and this guy looks like he could be one of Frieza's minions. He also has on a scouter, just like the ones you see in Dragon Ball. This is actually one of the biggest reasons I wanted to cover this episode specifically. There are lots of Dragon Ball Easter eggs in this episode, just this whole three-parter. Not only are there a lot of anime references in Regular Show, but this episode alone has to take the cake for the most amount, at the very least, Dragon Ball references, and it's very intentional, and you'll see why later on. This guy is just the tip of the iceberg. In the very next scene, in the Hall of Tapestries, you can see auras around Pops and Anti-Pops in the background. It's straight out of the fight with Vegeta. They're literally doing a Kamehameha in this frame. That's straight out of Gohan versus Cell. But that's not even all, y'all. The explanation given about Pops, or Mega Cranus, creation as the good half and Anti-Pops as Malum Cranus as the bad half, that draws massive parallels to Kami and Piccolo being two halves of the same coin, from Dragon Ball, or even in GT where the Dragon Balls had minus and plus energy stored within them to balance out the wishes. It's all very, very similar to Dragon Ball. Anti-Pops wants to do away with all the interference. He wants to go one-on-one with his brother, and so they agreed to fight each other one-on-one, and so just like that, the fate of the universe hangs in the balance. Now, where have you heard something like that before? The shirts come off and the battle begins. Mordecai and Rigby try to jump in and help their boy, but you got Skip spouting stock Dragon Ball lines like, "No, don't go in, he's not ready." As the fight just escalates, "No, this is his fight." Like, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is for the fate of the universe. The fight escalated pretty quickly. You had matter manipulation, flying, Anti-Pops spamming Ki Blast like he's Vegeta or something. Pops manages to knock down Anti-Pops and get the win, seemingly. But of course, his brother's a sore loser, kind of like Goku's brother. So from here on out, things get insane. Reinforcements arrive from out the freaking wazoo. From both sides arrive, and this goes from a casual battle to an all-out war. Party Horse arrives in a similar looking pod to Vegeta. And at one point, the baby ducks even transformed, and everyone just watched.
Nah, I want to see what their final form looks like.
It's almost like the creators watched Goku vs. Vegeta and Goku vs. Frieza and just decided to make an episode off of it. It's amazing. Pops eventually gets the best of Auntie Pops again, knocking him over the top of the Coliseum. But Auntie Pops rises, looking a little different and yet so familiar. He comes back up in Vegeta's armor. Well, that explains why Vegeta doesn't have shoulder pads after Namek. This is where things get out of hand. Auntie Pops proceeds to erase everything in sight. He straight claps the whole planet, all the while laughing like a maniac. Muscle Man and Fives get clapped mid-trash talk, and then right after Auntie Pops kills him, Pops transforms like he's Goku on Namek. I mean, just look at this visual. On one side, you got Pops, aka Goku, and on the other side, you got Auntie Pops playing the role of Vegeta. They must have seen episodes 28 through 35 of Z or something. It's amazing how almost no one on the internet that I've searched for this episode ever talks about this. It's right there in front of you. And just like that, everybody say hello to Super Pops. But even in this new state, Super Pops still has reservations of killing his own brother. The brothers get into a beam struggle that ends up erasing nearly everyone, except of course Mordecai and Rigby. So I guess they still have main character plot armor. It really reminds me of Majin Buu destroying the Earth. It's just everything just falls apart at this point. Eventually though, Super Pops and Auntie Pops charge at each other and clash fists, and the universe resets. But not before Mordecai and Rigby could sacrifice themselves. It's a stretch, but Mordecai and Rigby even get shot into the past after coming face to face with death. This same thing happened to Bardock in episode of Bardock. That might just be a coincidence though, so don't even think about it. Just when all seems hopeless, Pops begins to teleport like Goku again with the Dragon Ball references, and he gets Mordecai and Rigby to safety out of harm's way. Then, Pops pays the ultimate price. Pops sacrifices himself and his brother to save the universe. Even his sacrifice was Goku-esque. Remember Raditz? Remember Cell? There's gotta be some Avatar in there as well, you know, solving things without violence or without the ending you'd expect. Regular Show's finale gets its message across. In order to make a difference, you have to do something different. You gotta think outside the box, be creative. And that's what makes Regular Show's finale phenomenal. Y'all can comment down below, what were some of y'all favorite moments from Regular Show, and what moments would you want me to cover? What do you like to see? What was your favorite part of Regular Show? Who are your favorite characters? What was your favorite episode? Let me know in the comments, but also remember, in the meantime, you can check out more of my phenomenal videos and my phenomenal channel. I'll see you on the next one.